Hello everybody, welcome to Indigo Tarot Odyssey. Today I am using the brand new Fairy Oracle cards from the gorgeous Paulina Cassidy. She has the most fantastic book that comes with it. The artwork is absolutely stunning. So we're going to see what you'll be manifesting, and in terms of anything prosperity and, just really reaching in for that inner power that's supplied by spiritual prosperity that lasts in eternity, because when the word prosperity comes up, a lot of people think about its core definition: material success, affluence. But although that is part of it and part of the tempting opportunities, prosperity definitely isn't limited to material. So it's going to include an abundance of spiritual wealth. Being spiritually prosperous means enjoying the wealth of vitality and really thriving with life with integrity and doing things that bring progress and enjoyment to your life. And sometimes we just have to focus on them to have them come about. And when we do what we love, we're opening ourselves up to that energy, creating a consciousness of abundance. So when we resist the natural flow of prosperity, we cut off that flow of energy, lack mentality or negative thinking. So let's see what is going to come in for each one of you. And we are going to have three choices. One, communication, the sharing of insights and ideas. They are embodied through the art of communication. Number two is confidence. That's having the belief in yourself to keep you going and the self-assurance to get you there. And then number three is courage. And that is found in the power of the heart's truth. We know that there is nobody more worthy or better than us. We are all simply different. So we all should share in, life's bounty, and to go out and to go for it, and not to ever hide any of your talents and gifts as well. So I'm going to have a quick sip of water, and then we're going to begin with communication and see what's coming for you. I love this deck. I had gotten this tarot a ways back, and I just found the beautiful whimsical artwork so lovely. So let's see, in terms of communication. So right now with this, you guys, talks about, since communication is an exchange of information, it's the artful language of sharing insights and ideas through conversation and gestures. When we know that when we communicate, we acknowledge the other person's responses and counter with our own thoughts and feelings as well. So words are undoubtedly a mainstay in our communication, but sometimes words can hide what's really being felt. You've heard the phrase actions speak louder than words, and this is a reminder that even though words may slip out, the true key to effective communication is found in what we do rather than what we say, right? You can say, oh, I really do care, I am listening, but are you really? Could you repeat back to that person what they just said to you? Things like that, right? So really practice the art of listening right now, because that's where I feel like a lot of magic and insight is going to hide to somebody and how they're truly feeling, whether it's about their personal situation, you, the world at large. You're really going to be able to garner that, and that's very helpful to do. Because we mirror one another, we can pick up on clues and cues that will be helpful to ourselves as well. So be alert in the receiving end of the communication. It is really just as important as the need for your own message to be heard. It takes at least two to communicate. So if you're a good listener and you extend the conversation based on your reactions to what you hear, chances are the other person will reciprocate by listening well in return. I have definitely noticed this. If people see you just nodding your head going, and you're kind of like chomping at the bit to speak, they notice that. So I feel like we will get a mirror image back of that. So it's like, just pause and say, what are you in such a hurry for? Because I myself know that if somebody goes on past a certain point and it's sort of on the same subject and they're saying the same thing, I'll start to tune out. But we can also use our words to kind of turn the conversation to bring that to a close. Oh yeah, I understand exactly what you're saying. Start to pop in phrases there to let them know you're following them and you understand, so they don't feel like they have to repeat as well. Especially if we have young kids or whatever and they're really excited about something. So really, you can guide it. So hearing is really the act of perceiving sound with the ear. Listening is the act of concentrating on what's being said and processing the meaning of the words in the sentences. So communication really takes place in various shapes and styles. So colorful communication takes place in the spirit of nature at all times, a spirited bond. Science suggests that trees and plants chatter amongst themselves in the act of an energy transfer in the way that they keep in touch and warn each other of danger. And plants love being sung to and listened to, and it's really healing for you. And the plants are like, I love when a breeze goes through certain leaves and it makes that sound, and it really does almost sound like chatter, and then especially of birds chiming, and it's really beautiful. Also within communication, you guys, body language is a powerful form of getting your point across. Gestures such as smiling, frowning, shrugging, it can reveal what's really going on without the use of words. And I'm usually one to recommend to abstain from, like, when it is heated, like powerful gesticulations. I particularly am not a fan of anyone pointing their finger, especially when they're close to me, or threatening behavior, stepping into your personal kind of space, stuff like that. It's unnecessary. I just saw a show, and it was a reality show, and I believe this was really taking place, where it was a man stepping into a woman's personal place, and he was actually just like 1 millimeter short of like pecking right at her collarbone, and he was like pointing at her. It's very aggressive. We don't need that, right? Especially if emotions are heightened. So, you know, we can do things. I like effusive speaking, when people speak with their hands. In fact, comment down below if your hands are constantly moving. I notice when I'm talking that my hands definitely are dancing all around me if I'm really trying to make some kind of poignant statement, or I'm talking about a creative expression. So developing sensitivity towards the inner language of others and feeding your hunger for communication really serves as a reminder of this beautiful interconnection of everything. So look for facial expressions and micro expressions when you're speaking to somebody. Will let you know they're either getting it or they're not. It's pleasant or it's not. They're becoming impatient or not. Oftentimes people will turn their feet away from you when they've heard all they're ready to hear. Their eyesight will drift away. They'll start to have their hand on their phone, things of that nature, because I feel like that's something you're going to be really masterful at, is the act of communication. And I feel like you already are probably quite excellent at that and getting your point across. But remember, it is important to pause and let other people speak and express themselves as well. This is one of the most important facets to what I do professionally and personally, because I feel it's really important to let other people know that they're really being heard and you care about what they're saying, and you know that you're working towards mutual the same benefit for everybody, right? And again, total lack of any kind of aggression. We don't need to be aggressive. We don't need to raise our voices. I've watched in instances, like I'll watch a lot of people interacting and watch as one volume goes up in the other person, it will oftentimes be quickly followed and mirrored by the other person. So if we can always keep our voice calm, we can convey a message without aggression. So that's you guys. That's going to be, you know, where you're manifesting your real strong suits. I feel like that's why you were pulled to this card. So that's you guys. So really work on that. And I oftentimes will look up new and really kind of fun, bubbly, happy words. I'm constantly looking at new vocabulary words and expressions because I like to vary my speech too. I find, again, being habitual creatures will use a lot of the same phrases and words. So why not zhuzh it up a little bit and find some new fun words that really convey the message you're trying to convey. So that's you, group one. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe, and all my links are down below. If you need a private read or anything else, everything is down there for you. Come see me on Instagram and get in on all the giveaways and the fun posts and memes and everything. And again, you guys, if you order your readings, I get them back to you in video format within 48 hours. My Etsy shop, all my other information is down there with everything, all the links as well. So love and light to you guys. Beautiful energy. Now we're on to number 2, which is confidence. And I cannot convey clearly enough how important it is to work on this as individuals, because if we don't have confidence in what we're saying or doing or projecting or selling or emoting, how are other people? So really speak with a strong voice, square your shoulders, make eye contact so people take you seriously. Confidence is really having the belief in yourself to keep you going and the self-assurance to get you there. Very important in business and also inter and intrapersonal relationships. You know, it's a way that you carry yourself, and it shows the world also how you feel about yourself. You know, if you're always wearing dark gray, 2 sizes too big, looking at your feet, never making eye contact, slumping your shoulders, covering your face with your hair, that is a very clear message. I don't want to be seen, heard, noticed, all of that, right? Like you're trying to become invisible. So, you know, it's like, it really enhances your life to really speak clearly and firmly to others. And I really feel that it's not too hard to increase your confidence, because you're going to find out how much it's going to improve your life. And once you take certain steps, you're going to notice it. It opens you up to the excitement and energy needed to carry you through each day. Certain elements need to be mastered to be able to build a solid inner confidence as well. Nurturing confidence involves the spiritual, emotional, mental, and active parts of yourself that make up who you are. What it really comes down to is how you see yourself and the world around you, and your opinion about yourself. These will influence your actions and reactions. That's not to say we're always like emoting and effusive and on top of the world. There are some days where we just want to be invisible and go about our business. It depends on our energy level and also how we're feeling. So confidence requires care. Be sure to treat yourself right. As a learned attitude and reaction, confidence is something that needs to be trained and developed. Feed your self-image with kindness and recognize that you're deserving and valuable. So when somebody compliments you, say, thank you very much. That's so nice of you to say that. We never brush off or excuse a compliment or dismiss it, right? Somebody took the time to say something nice. A confident person always receives that. Have faith in your judgment and abilities. With self-belief, you're going to be able to handle the outcomes of any situation. Self-acceptance is a necessary commodity on the road to inner confidence. It means that you must accept your weaknesses as much as your strength. I have personally, after prolonged period of times in big crowds, I'm like a battery, like the Energizer bunny, where the batteries start to come out, because I feed off energy. I feel it. I am like really empathic to it, and then all of a sudden I need to recharge and step away. And I know that's one of my weaknesses, so I don't like to go to a lot of quick events right in a row, stuff like that. But I have a lot of self-acceptance, and a lot of that comes with age. I realize that I come from a place of love and balance, and I really do honestly care about people and their journey and who they are and all of that. So I know, again, that I'm a big cheerleader for others. So I feel good about myself. So I do have confidence. And here comes the cat too, to bring confidence to this. So never, have any of these feelings of inferiority. Sometimes our life's efforts don't pay off and the feelings can come. So we don't want to feed into a feeling of lack of accomplishment. That leads to self-proclaimed confirmation of low confidence, right? Don't keep bringing up where things went wrong in your life or things went bad or you didn't succeed. Really tout your successes. I tried this and I was proud of myself because I achieved A, B, and C. Inner dialogue is huge in this. I'm going to try this. I don't need immediate gratification, success, or to go to expert level right away. I'm just trying, and I'm proud of myself for that. Confidence is definitely not a feeling of superiority. Neither is it, self-centeredness. It's all about being in control of your reality, because you have carte blanche over your life. So making rules and acting in accordance with those standards that you've selected will make you feel good about yourself. Confidence is having absolute certainty in your life's purpose with a belief in yourself to keep you going and to try to get there. It's good for you to be proud of who you are. The results of confidence really cause you not only to feel a little shiver of excitement about living your life to the fullest, but your enthusiasm will have a positive effect on others around you. You know what engaging, confident people feel like. It brings up your energy, right? It makes you think, yeah, I'm going to go for that. They kind of like beckon you to get out of your comfort zone, and you're really going to reach that group too. That's something I definitely feel that you're in correspondence right now. I want to say yes to life, and I want to get out of my comfort zone. I want to try this exercise, go to this gym, talk to this person, do this, assert myself. Actually, and always say, what's the best thing that can happen? Because I'll often do this and know that, good things can happen when we are expecting them and we're determined for them to happen too. And I definitely feel like that's what will be going for you. You're going to have a passion for the pursuit of getting on that path of personal achievement, and you're going to be doing very, very well with that. So I love that energy for you. Practice little things, practice things within your family, really square your shoulders, look people in the eye, ask for little things first, see how, you operate within those parameters, and it'll become a habit. I promise you, it just becomes a habit. You speak from, a self-value perspective. Like this, just because, you know, we're valuing ourselves doesn't mean we devalue anybody else. It is a very kind of shared aspect. And when we love, respect, and have confidence in who we are and where we're going, other people do as well. So that's you, group 2. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe, and all my links are down below. If you need a private read, I get it back to you within 48 hours. My Etsy store is down there as well. Come see me on Instagram and get away in all the giveaways. We've had some really tremendous fun stuff with crowns and goddess boxes. And, you know, you guys are deserving. You support me and you make me feel so great. So it's my one way that I can give back as well over there. So love and light to you. We're now going to move on to number 3, which is courage. Now, this is definitely found in the power of our heart's truth. And it is a strength within us that keeps us moving closer to our dreams confidently. You know, I'm going to have a quick sip of water, and then we're going to see what messages are coming for you. I just feel like courage is really the seeker of justice. It's truth. And with courage, you're going to be able to face challenges and conflict head on, because I feel like some of you are facing all different kinds of but I feel like they're very temporary, these glitches and these valleys that you're in. Some financial, some within relationships, some within just inner conflict, and you're going to be able to go, okay, listen, how can I rectify this? I'm going to dig deep and have courage to change this. We do need to step in and identify where there is an issue, and then have the courage to change it. You know, I've done this. I was realizing I had a pattern in the morning where I really like to look at all this artwork and, you know, peruse all these things. Then I realized 1 hour, 2 hours would go by, and then I would feel rushed throughout my mid-afternoon to get to the things that I needed to do. So I said, you know, I need to be more moderate in this approach, really face it, and know that you're going to feel healthier and more balanced if you go into, you know, have a blend of work and then reward and leisure and so on and so forth. So I definitely feel like courage takes a lot of forms, because courage is really derived from love. It's found in the power of our heart's truth, and life demands a great deal of courage. It does. For everything, we have to face people, places, and things we'd rather not. We have to have conversations that aren't always fun, childbirth, all kinds of things of that nature. You know, people and some of you guys, I feel like, have suffered recent loss of animals as well. That takes courage to go on into, especially if you have young children, to share that with them. We really begin to live our lives when we're no longer afraid, because courage is standing up for our beliefs, even when those around us aren't doing the same. It's the sheer power within us to overcome fear and injustice. I remember something that stands out really strongly in my head when I was a teenager in high school, and there was this group of, and they're rather popular guys, but they were being total tools this one day, and they were making fun of my friend, and they were making fun of her hair and her clothes and everything, and I just got pissed. So I just stood up. I don't even remember like thinking what I was going to do next, but I do remember that it was so sudden. I still had my full milk in my hand, and I went over to this kid David, and I was like, how is this doing anything? You're making so-and-so feel really bad. What is your problem? And he just was trying so hard to show off in front of his friends. And I was like, maybe you can come over and apologize, because that's really rude. And he said something total tool, like, and I just took my milk and I just squeezed it all over his face and his hair. And Jeannie was like laughing her head off. And nobody did anything after that. Like, everybody just, that table went quiet. Our table was fine. We finished our lunch, but it was one of those things where it was impulsive, and I felt like it was necessary, because sometimes if somebody is bullying and they're a total tool and you don't do something right away to nip it in the bud, it'll escalate. And I was like, I don't want my friend feeling less than or bad. And sometimes we just need to stand up and do that. It is a quality, courage, that exists within everybody. You know, it's right in our heart's core. It waits to be nudged. Say the right thing. Do the right thing. You'll want to look back on your life one day with a feeling that you did all you dreamt of accomplishing. Taking risks that'll allow you to live a full, rich, and satisfying life. If you're facing intimidation, doubt, or worry, you know, really carry the knowledge with you that you can always awaken the courage for that moment, just for that moment. It doesn't have to be every second, and it can be revived no matter how long it's been lying dormant. Finally, courage is also that marvelous and mysterious leap of faith that allows, you know, our truth to be revealed. So if you're in a relationship where somebody's constantly beating you down, brother, sister, whatever, spouse, you've just gotten a position in a place of acceptance of somebody, you know, just always poking or needling you or whatever, it's like, You don't have to just come out and roar and then look like the unstable person. Just simply stand up. Listen, I don't appreciate that whatsoever. I don't think it's nice when people comment or make fun of somebody's hair, body, clothes, whatever. I would appreciate if you stop that. That's just plain speak, right? You don't have to be aggressive. You don't have to raise your voice. You don't have to point fingers. And it brings an awareness. And sometimes we need to have courage within ourselves to stand up for ourselves, to set those boundaries. And that's what you're going to be doing. With courage, you're going to be able to confront pain, fear, uncertainty, and it's really choosing to do the right thing. It's also saying no when you want to say no. No, I don't want to do favors for you in the hopes that, you'll like me or stop badgering me. No, I don't want to do that because I'm not obligated to give you my resources, whatever. If you have brothers or sisters or whatever that are always borrowing stuff from you, whatever it is. It's not about a gun in the hand, adrenaline stunts, feats, physical strengths, or doing anything that could be crazy and harmful to yourself. At the heart of courage is always acting with forethought, anticipation, and understanding, of the most probable consequences that your actions will bring. If I do this, I'll be proud of myself because I'm standing up for myself, friends, whatever it is. It happens really when the body, the mind, and the soul interact and they connect for your best, highest purpose. So really just do the best you can without swerving from your past. And the truest test of courage in your daily life is you speaking your mind, speaking up for yourself, doing the right thing, facing your demons. You will really notice how much better you'll feel when you cease to allow yourself to be controlled about things that you dread and oftentimes aren't even true. That's the crazy thing. Our deepest fear isn't really so terrifying when they're examined in detail. Like I used to have this thing about going over bridges and going on the highway for a while too. I'd avoid driving on the highway. It would just kind of like paralyze me with fear, and I would slowly go do it and then realized, okay, it's just one of those things where we need that little nudge and then we break through. So again, it's all, so much of fear is imagined as well, but I definitely feel by setting strong boundaries and speaking up for yourself, we live better lives. We clarify what's important to us. We don't let anybody demean us, and this should definitely be put into place in everything in the home, at work, so people don't take advantage of you if you're due a raise, so on and so forth. Speaking up for yourself. So that's you guys, and that's definitely going to be your strong suit for sure. So if you're new to my channel, welcome group 3. Don't forget to press like and subscribe, and all my links are down below. If you need a private read, I get them back to you within 48 hours. And my Etsy store, come on over to Instagram, which is Sparkrist11. We do daily posts and memes and giveaways. We have so much fun over there, and I do flip throughs, and I just did a flip through of this deck in its entirety over there. Again, if you're curious, because it's so beautiful. It is a beautiful fairy guidance oracle by Pauline Cassidy, and it is a really substantial, beautiful deck, and I just adore her stuff. So that is you guys, love and light. I'm gonna go upload.